banana bread. I thought I'd bring y'all along. I want to make some banana bread. Jeffrey and I really wanted some, so we're going to make it. I'm diabetic, so we're going to make it with Splenda today so that I can eat some of it. So in this bowl, I already have my flour and my salt in there. I have 1 3/4 cups of flour in there, and I have a teaspoon of kosher salt in there. So to this, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda too. So we're going to go ahead and add that to it. Okay. All right. And in this bowl, I'm going to take my 3 bananas. I'm going to peel them, and they're pretty ripe, so that we can go ahead and mash them up. You don't want to use really green, bananas that are really good for eating, because they're just not going to work. You want to get them when they're kind of brown, so they'll mush up and be really good for this recipe. Also, when you're putting your salt in there, if you use a really fine grained salt, you cut it in half, because the granules of the kosher salt are bigger. That's why you use more. If you're going to use regular table salt, you would cut that in half, because the granules are smaller and you get more in the teaspoon. So just so you know. Let me get me a fork so we can mash these up. Basically, the salt, the smaller the granules, the more you get in the teaspoon. So if you're using regular table salt, you just add a half a teaspoon. And the kosher salt is larger granules, so you add a whole teaspoon. Just something to remember when you're baking. All right, we're going to get these mushed up really good. I don't mush them all the way. I like to leave some small chunks in there. That way when you're eating your banana bread, you have some little chunks of banana in them. Okay, that looks good too. All right, we're going to take this bowl and we're going to add our stick of butter. And this is room temperature butter. And we're going to take a 3/4 cups of brown sugar packed. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our hand mixer, or you can use your stand mixer if you want. And we're going to cream together our butter and our brown sugar. All right, get in there. At least I think we are, because this thing is wanting to fight me today. There we go. We've got that cream together. Let me get a spatula. I didn't get any of my utensils out today. I guess we were just going to use our fingers today. All right, so we're going to move that over out of the way. Get that off of these. Okay, put those over to the side. I'm going to take and scrape down that off the side of the bowl. Just like that. Here we go. Okay, have 2 room temperature eggs. And I always break my eggs in another, because these are fresh, farm fresh eggs, so I always break them in another container before I pour them in. I'm going to mix this one in, and then I'll add the next one in. Just kind of mix it in. That way I can get them both well incorporated in. All right, I think I got that one mixed in pretty well. Yeah, so now we'll add the second one. Okay. I'm gonna mix him in. Then we're gonna add in, let's see, I gotta look at the recipe one more time to make sure I remember right. A ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. Make sure that's good mixed, yeah. Let's see, this one. It won't fit in there, so we're gonna, you know what, let's just, we get a little extra in the bowl, it's not gonna matter. There we go. ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And a whole teaspoon of vanilla. It smells so good in here with the brown sugar and the cinnamon, and now we're fixing to put the vanilla in there. That smells heavenly. All right, let's get this mixed in. Okay. Now we're going to add our bananas to it. Get this mixed up. And I don't want to over mix it, because the more you over mix it, the more dense it becomes. I wanted to mix it so it'll be light and fluffy. I just don't want to over mix it, because the less you mix it, it becomes light and fluffy. I don't want it to get all dense and thick. So we're going to just start folding this in, our dry ingredients. Being careful not to over mix it, because I want it to stay light and fluffy as it can. I don't want it to be all dense and it's packed. And we're just folding it in. And we just keep folding it in until it's all incorporated. I have my loaf pan and I sprayed it really good with cooking spray. And we're gonna bake this on 350, and it said for 45 minutes to an hour, or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean. And I'm going to add pecans or pecans, however you want to say it, to mine. The one recipe said that you could, one recipe said that not to, but I'm going to add them. I really want to add some in there, so I'm going to add some, and I'm not sure if I'm going to add it to the top or just add it all the way through yet. I'm kind of trying to decide right now. You know what? I think I'm going to add some in there and then put some on the top. Like maybe them in there and save the rest for the top. That's what I'm going to do. All right, and we're going to get this in our pan, and I'm going to bake this, and I will bring y'all back as soon as it is done. Hey everybody, our banana bread is out of the oven, and I want y'all to take a look at that. That is just so amazing. It looks and smells wonderful. We're going to let this cool, and we're not going to give it a taste because it's still very hot, but thank you for joining me cooking this banana bread. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you make this for your family. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you guys, and please join me next week to see what I'll be cooking. And